The murder? You remember? Sarah nodded. Everything, every detail, like it was me. Hours later, in a converted warehouse in Prague, Sarah contacted the other recipients. They converged on Prague within hours. Klaus from Munich, Yuki from Tokyo, Carlos from Madrid, all 12 carriers meeting for the first time in person. And then Sarah brought in the donors. The moment was surreal. 12 people meeting themselves, or rather, meeting the people who lived the memories they now carried. Klaus met Henrik, the father who abandoned his family. Yuki met Dr. Park, the pianist who caused a fatal accident. Carlos met Sofia, the teenager who embezzled from her family's business. Each pairing was different. Some donors were apologetic, others angry. Some refused to speak at all. But Sarah and Rebecca, their connection was different, more intense. Rebecca spoke first, her voice quiet and broken. Do you hate me for what I did to David? Sarah struggled to answer. I don't know. I hate the memory, but it's not mine to hate, except it is now. I feel your guilt like it's my own. Her hands shook as she continued. I wake up and for 5 seconds, I'm you. I'm married to David. I've just killed him. And then I remember I'm me. And I've never met him. And none of it's real. Except it feels real. Rebecca's tears streamed down her face. I came to cross to forget, to erase what I'd done. I thought if the memory was gone, maybe I could live with myself. Klaus interrupted from across the room. His voice was hard. Why did you kill him? Everyone fell silent. All eyes turned to Rebecca. Rebecca was quiet for a long moment. When she spoke, her voice was barely audible. He was going to expose me. I'd been conducting illegal medical trials, using homeless people as test subjects for neural implants. David found out, threatened to go to the authorities. I panicked. I didn't plan it. I grabbed the knife and she couldn't finish. I couldn't live with what I'd done to David, to those people in my trials. So I found Dr. Cross through the dark web. She promised me peace. Sarah stood abruptly, anger flooding through her. Peace? You gave us your nightmare. I can't sleep without seeing his face. I can't close my eyes without feeling... She broke down, unable to continue. Yuki stood up as well. This is happening to all of us. We're carrying guilt for crimes we didn't commit, living with shame that isn't ours. Dr. Park, one of the donors, spoke up quietly. But it is yours now. That's what Cross proved. Memory isn't just storage, it becomes part of your identity. Those memories shaped who you are now. Klaus was at his laptop, others gathering around him. We have a bigger problem, he said. Cross is gone. She disappeared from the facility before police arrived. But I've been digging into her research. Encrypted files filled his screen. This wasn't just an experiment, it was phase 1. She has files on over 200 potential donors, criminals who want their memories erased, and over 1,000 potential recipients. Carlos understood immediately. She was building a business, memory laundering. Exactly, Klaus confirmed. But why did she choose us? He pulled up their profiles. Look, we're all in neuroscience, psychology, or adjacent fields. All intelligent, all stable. Sarah felt the horrifying truth crystallize in her mind. She was testing if normal people could absorb criminal memories without breaking. We're proof of concept. Horror dawned across the group's faces. Yuki spoke what they were all thinking. If this works on us, she can scale it, sell memory removal to rich criminals, implant their crimes into paid volunteers or worse. Rebecca's voice was quiet but chilling. She talked about memory prisons, People who would be paid to carry multiple murder memories, become walking repositories for the guilt of others. Day 3. Prague police station. The Czech police didn't know what to make of them. 24 people, all claiming to be victims of an illegal memory experiment. It sounded like science fiction. Detective Novak was skeptical. "You're telling me you remember committing murders you didn't commit?" "Not just murders," Sarah said. "Entire lives, years of experiences that never happened to us." The detective looked at Rebecca. "And you actually killed your husband?" Rebecca's voice was numb. "Yes, 3 months ago. His body is still in our basement in Boston, behind a false wall I built." The detective's expression changed. This was real. Pause. In Boston, police executed a search warrant. They entered the brownstone at 247 Marlborough Street. They found exactly what Rebecca said they would. Behind a basement wall, wrapped in plastic, was David Chen's body. The memories were real. That night back at the safe house, the group watched the news on a laptop. "Breaking news from Boston," the anchor announced. "The body of David Chen, missing for 3 months, has been discovered in his own home. His wife, Rebecca Chen, has confessed to the murder, but claims to have no memory of the crime due to experimental memory alteration procedures." Carlos spoke first. "It's going public. Cross will go deeper underground now. Unless we find her first," Klaus said. "I've been tracking financial records. She's been moving money through shell corporations across Europe." He showed them data on his screen. Large transfers to a property in Switzerland, remote location, heavy security. "If I were running an illegal memory lab, that's where I would do it." Sarah frowned. "We should tell the police." "And say what? We have no proof, just stolen financial records and a hunch. By the time Interpol gets involved, she'll be gone." Henrik, one of the donors, stood. "Then we go ourselves." It was a bad idea. 24 damaged people, half of them wanted criminals, planning to raid a facility run by a woman who had already proven she would kill to protect her research. But they were bound together now, recipients and donors. Their fates intertwined by memories that couldn't be fully separated. Yuki voiced what they all needed. "We need to know if this is reversible, if we can separate the memories from ourselves, take back our own minds. And we need to stop her before she does this to anyone else," Sarah added. Rebecca stood apart from the others, conflicted. "I'm turning myself in after this. I need to face what I've done. But first, I need to help fix what I started." The group nodded, united. Day 5. Swiss Alps. Cross's new facility was more fortress than lab. Remote compound in the mountains, high-tech security. But Klaus used to be a detective. He knew how to bypass security. They approached in darkness, cutting fences, 2 teams, recipients in one, donors in the other. Inside, these sterile corridors hummed with machinery. What they found was worse than they imagined. A large room filled with medical beds, 30 new donors, 30 new people having their memories harvested. Another room held 60 recipients in chairs with neural interfaces, having criminal memories implanted while they were awake, mid-procedure. Dr. Cross watched from an observation room. She saw them on the monitors. She didn't run. She had been waiting. Cross met them in the main lab. Calm, collected. "Welcome back, subjects. You've exceeded all expectations." Sarah's voice was steel. "We're not subjects, we're victims." "Are you?" Cross smiled. "You came here voluntarily for my conference. You signed consent forms."
But legal. You agreed to experimental neural scanning. Sarah remembered. The conference registration, the optional brain scanning session. No invasive procedures. She thought it was a simple MRI. The scanning identified you as ideal recipients. Strong minds, stable personalities, perfect vessels for memory storage. Klaus stepped forward. You chose us. We didn't choose this. I chose you because you could handle it. Look at yourselves. 12 people carrying memories of crimes they didn't commit, and none of you broke. Do you know how valuable that is? She gestured to the new recipients. I'm solving 2 problems at once. Criminals get a second chance, clean slates, and volunteers get paid to carry memories they'll eventually forget. Everyone wins. Yuki's eyes narrowed. Eventually forget? You told us the memories might be permanent. Cross smiled. I lied. The memories fade in 6 to 8 months. They become like dreams, distant, less real. You would have been fine. Sarah stepped forward, anger in every word she spoke. Rebecca's murder memory is becoming less real? It doesn't feel less real. It feels like I did it. But you didn't, Cross said smoothly. That's the beauty of it. You carry the experience without the consequence. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the facility. Someone had triggered the emergency shutdown. All the procedures halted. The donors began waking up. Henrik stood at the control panel. The father who abandoned his family, the man whose memories Klaus carried. He spoke directly to Klaus. I've lived 3 months knowing what I did, knowing my kids grew up without me because I was a coward. But you've been living with it too, and you didn't even do it. No one should carry my shame but me. One by one, the other donors joined him at the control panels. They began initiating the reversal procedure, pulling the memories back to themselves. Dr. Cross screamed. Stop! You'll collapse the entire neural network! The memories will be corrupted! Rebecca stood at the panel with the others. Good, she said. The reversal began. It wasn't clean, it wasn't perfect, but slowly, painfully, the memories began to flow backward. Sarah and Rebecca connected at a neural interface station. Sarah felt the murder memory slipping away, David's face becoming less clear, the weight of guilt lifting. But something else happened. Some of Rebecca's other memories came too. Her childhood, her first day of medical school, moments of joy before everything went wrong. It was happening to all of them. The memories didn't separate cleanly. Recipients kept fragments. Donors received pieces of their carriers' lives in return. They weren't just taking back memories. They were sharing them, becoming entangled in ways Cross never intended. The facility began to shake. Systems overloading. Cross was desperate. You're destroying years of research. This is bigger than your guilt. This is the future of human consciousness. Klaus stood, his memory transfer complete. The future of consciousness isn't erasing our mistakes. It's learning to live with them. The neural network hub exploded in light. System overloaded. The 30 new donors, the people mid-procedure, their memories scattered. Some returned to them, some vanished into the digital ether. Some ended up in the recipients meant to carry them. It was chaos, imperfect, but human. Dr. Cross desperately tried to save her work, downloading data as the facility crumbled around her. Sirens approached. Police lights flashed red and blue through the windows. Interpol arrived. Klaus had sent coordinates hours ago with a timer. They stormed the facility. Cross was restrained, her face showing not fear, but fascination. You can't stop this, she screamed as they took her away. Memory is just data. Others will finish what I started. Sarah collapsed exhausted. Rebecca caught her. The extraction was complete. Most of Rebecca's memories were gone from Sarah's mind, but not all of them. I can still feel echoes of you, she whispered. Rebecca was crying. I can feel you too. Your life, your memories, We're intermingled now. They were all, the donors and recipients, forever linked by memories that couldn't be fully separated. The facility was evacuated. Dawn broke over the mountains. The experiment was over, but its effects would last forever.
1 week later, Boston Courthouse. Rebecca Chen stood trial for David's murder. The case was unprecedented. A woman who claimed she erased her own memory of the crime. Sarah attended every day. She testified about the memories she carried. The jury struggled to understand. The verdict was read: murder in the first degree, life sentence, but with a recommendation for psychiatric evaluation. Rebecca was led away. She looked back at Sarah one last time. The woman who killed her husband, and the woman who carried the memory, forever bound. In a dark prison cell, Dr. Evelyn Cross sat awaiting trial, but she was smiling. Because before they destroyed her facility, she had uploaded everything, every technique, every protocol, every success and failure. Messages flooded in from around the world. Governments, corporations, private buyers. Cross typed her response on a smuggled tablet. Her voice was a whisper in the darkness. Memory isn't property, it's currency, and I just taught the world how to spend it. Her message sent, spreading across the dark web like a virus. The memory thief sat in prison, but her memories were free, living in 12 minds around the world, and memories once shared can never be fully erased.